Governor Brown's executive order to stay home and save lives has affected people all across the state. And here on Central Oregon Daily, we've reported on many of those subcultures and communities already. There's another demographic that's been affected by the shutdown, and that is those people who really enjoy their gym, weightlifters. I'm here in West Lynn, Oregon, a little outside our usual Central Oregon Daily territory, to introduce you to Mark Prickett, a former Redmond resident and personal trainer who has his own solution to staying strong in troubled times.
What's up everybody, back with another video, and today we're going to take an updated tour through my wooden gym. It's been 6 years since I've built my first piece of equipment and about 4.5 years since I've been training full-time with this gym and wanted to evaluate how it's performed. We're also going to discuss the reasons I built this gym, the pros and cons of having a wooden gym, and whether or not a wooden gym would work for you. So let's get into it. So starting off at the back of the gym, we'll begin the tour with the deadlift platform. This deadlift platform is now almost 5 years old, costs around $100 to make, and took about 3 hours to put together. To maximize space, I made the dimensions 6 feet by 8 feet long and also installed anchor hooks near each corner of the platform so that I can add accommodating resistance to the bar when I train my deadlifts. Overall, I decided not to make a DIY video for this platform because so many other videos on YouTube have thoroughly covered this in detail. Moving on, we got a couple specific devices here. To the left, we have a stiff-legged deadlift assistance machine, otherwise known as a hamstring blaster, designed to enhance the stretch in the hamstrings while performing stiff-legged deadlifts. Let me know in the comment section below if that's something you would like me to go over in another video. Right next to that, you can see my homemade trap bar, good for trap bar deadlifts and neutral grip shrugs. Be sure to check out my DIY video for that here. Moving along, we come upon the focal point of the gym with a full-size power rack. Now just to clear up some confusion, this is nothing like the Buff Deuce power rack, which only uses 4 4x4 beams to complete the frame. As you can see, this power rack is made with 6 triple-ply 2x6 beams for considerably more support and stability. It also has a pegboard built across the top of the rack, band pegs for accommodating resistance, and a wide platform for any style of squatting. Click the link above if interested in more details about this power rack. Behind the power rack, in this area here, is where I usually store things like my trap bar, deadlift jack, or power blocks. Again, trying to maximize space and preserve as much room as possible. For the weight bench, I needed a bench that was both wider and elevated to assist in more leg drive when I train any variation of the bench press. Just like my deadlift platform, I decided against making a DIY video for this because so many others already exist. Now, passing the weight rack, one of the few things in my gym that is not homemade and is also for sale in case anyone is interested, we come to the preacher bench and the arm wrestling training universal portion of the gym. Unlike some other machines, this piece of equipment is truly one of a kind. Most arm wrestlers have unorthodox training styles and utilize unique angles with specific ranges of motion to get the most out of their training. This machine is designed with an adjustable pulley station in the front to provide resistance to either arm in almost any angle imaginable. As we move to the side of the machine, we have a custom arm wrestling opponent designed to emulate the movement or resistance you might feel on an arm wrestling table. It has its own weight stack to control back and side pressure, as well as facilitates the use of specifically placed resistance bands to provide pressure in any direction a real opponent would. In the back, we have a third station that provides a place for dips, a gripping station, as well as a place to train the wrist and forearm in various ways. As we turn around to the middle of the gym, we have an all-in-one tricep universal machine. This machine is designed with 3 training stations, providing a place for seated dips, overhead extensions, and several variations of tricep press downs. You may notice there's a common theme developing as we cover each machine, reaffirming the importance of multifunctionality in each piece of equipment to both maximize space in the gym and to provide a manner in which to train each muscle accordingly with no limitations. Which brings us to our next piece of equipment, the adjustable bench and hammer strength universal. Initially, I wasn't going to make a video on how to build the adjustable bench, or any of my benches for that matter, because demand wasn't very high. but I'm considering giving that a second thought given the arrival of this crazy pandemic that's going on. Again, let me know in the comment section if you would like me to make a DIY video on any of the benches you see in my gym. On to the Hammer Strength Universal. This machine was built with 3 different training stations, each designed to train the larger muscle groups throughout the body. The first station is for training all pressing exercises as well as bent over rows and shrugs. The second station is mainly for heavy lat pull downs and cable rows, but can be used for a vast variety of different exercises. The last station is primarily for training legs, either through hack squats, reverse hack squats, calf raises, or stationary lunges. Overall, this machine provides all the exercises needed for general strength training for myself and the clients I train. I also received the most requests to do a DIY video for this machine, so be sure to keep a lookout for that in the coming weeks ahead. Alright, so next we have the Preacher Curl Tricep Extension Machine. This machine allows me to train the muscles in my arm with isolated movements in a seated or standing position, as well as give me more variety and volume in my training program. Be sure to check out the DIY video to this machine if you're interested in building one for your gym. Next up, coming into the screen are my arm wrestling tables and my functional cable crossover machine. If you haven't figured out by now, my gym is heavily geared toward arm wrestling, so building an arm wrestling table was a basic necessity. I also needed a cable system to go along with the tables to train accordingly for the goals I intend to reach. If you would like to learn how to build either of these, or are within driving distance of Portland, Oregon, and interested in learning more about the sport of arm wrestling, give me a shout or check out my website at www.powerbornproductions.com for more information about my free training services to all arm wrestlers. Finishing up the tour, we end at the dumbbell rack where we have dumbbells from 3 pounds all the way to 300 pounds. If you're interested in building a pair of monster dumbbell handles like the one seen here, check out my DIY video to learn everything you need. I was able to acquire commercial dumbbells and near 3,000 pounds worth of free weights over the course of a few years, usually through Craigslist ads, Facebook Marketplace, and Amazon. I've also been able to collect several barbells which eventually needed storing, so I created the solution with this barbell storage unit. Okay, so now that the tour is finished, let's go over why I built this gym and some of the pros and cons that come with having a wooden gym. I started building gym equipment back in 2014, a year after I met my wife, and we decided to focus on a suitable gym that provided the unique training equipment that we would need in order to reach our goals of becoming professional arm wrestlers. I also needed a facility in which to train my clients, so a home gym was the obvious solution. After researching the equipment we wanted, we soon found out we didn't have the finances to cover the cost of new training equipment.
Oh, I have 3 kids and no money. Why can't I have no kids and 3 money?
Through this research, I happened to stumble upon an older YouTube video about a retired bodybuilder who built his home gym out of wood. Feeling inspired, I immediately began drawing up plans to build my first couple pieces of equipment. It started off with a simple flat bench that I was able to custom design to fit exactly what I needed. I was happy with the outcome, which resulted in continuing to build each piece of equipment using the resources I had until our gym was complete. So overall, I would say necessity along with the ability to customize and modify each piece of equipment to my exact specifications were my deciding factors when choosing to go this route. The reason I chose wood over steel is because where we lived at the time, wood was the most inexpensive and highly available resource. I also already had most of the necessary tools and skills to accomplish the task at hand, so choosing wood over steel was an easy decision. I do, however, plan to acquire a welder and other tools in the near future to start incorporating steel projects as well. So what are the pros and cons of having a wooden gym? Let's start with the cons first. The number one con of having a wooden gym is time. Each piece of equipment I've built is a result of a lot of time, a lot of mistakes, and a lot of redesigns until the final product is reached. A lot of people watching my channel do not have the time necessary to engineer and build their own gym equipment. That's why I try to make simple, easy to understand DIY videos so people can skip the engineering process and build their gyms as fast as possible. Con number 2, tools. Obviously, in order to build any gym equipment, you must first possess the necessary tools in which to build with. In my opinion, tools are an important investment that everyone on the planet should seriously consider. Con number 3, skills. Before you can design and build anything, you must first learn the necessary skills required to accomplish each task successfully, which again takes a significant amount of time. Fortunately, there are ample resources available to acquire these skills, and overall, I would not consider any of these skills difficult to learn. Con number 4, retrieving materials. Probably the process I dread the most is having to drive my ass to the local Home Depot.
We're gonna go to Home Depot. Yeah, buy some wallpaper, maybe get some flooring.
Gather up all the materials, wait in lines, load all the materials into my truck, drive home and unpack everything into my backyard. It's an exhausting process that most of the time I wish I could skip.
I'm pretty tired. Think I'll go home now.
If you don't have a truck, you will have to rent one or borrow one from a friend. Good luck with that. Con number 5, mistakes and redesigns. As you may already know, designing anything to custom specifications takes a lot of patience and time. A lot of the times, I would begin building a project off of assumption and would later find major flaws within the design and would often have to go back to the drawing board and redesign the entire project. Again, this is why I make DIY videos so others can avoid some of the same mistakes I've already made. Con number 6, gym maintenance. It's no secret that a wooden gym would require a higher level of maintenance than a traditional home gym. A lot of times you will find cracks in the wood or other damages that will require attention to avoid further damages. That's why picking the right kind of wood and evaluating each piece is such an important part of the process. If you do decide to go this route, maintaining the condition of the gym will require more demand than a traditional home gym. Fortunately, since you're the one who built each piece of equipment, maintenance is usually quick and inexpensive. Con number 7, moving. Unfortunately for me, I've had the unenviable task of moving my home gym to several different locations over the years. Although not much different than moving a traditional gym, a wooden gym certainly requires a much more delicate and time-consuming approach. Con number 8, bugs. Depending on your geographical location, bugs, specifically termites, could present a serious problem. Anything that could damage the integrity of the wood can put anyone using the equipment at serious risk of getting hurt, so any signs of termites would be an immediate red flag. Luckily for me, I live in the Pacific Northwest and have yet to deal with a single issue related to bugs or termites. Now for the pros. Pro number 1, price. Probably the defining factor when deciding to build a wooden gym is how much it would cost compared to traditional gym equipment. As you can see from my first gym tour video, I was able to build my entire gym at a fraction of the cost you can expect to pay otherwise. Pro number 2, easy access to resources. One of the greatest things about building a wooden gym is simply having easy, affordable access to all the materials necessary to complete the task. All that is needed is to drive to the local hardware store to get everything you need. Pro number 3, customization. Every piece of equipment in my gym has been customized to my exact specifications. This has allowed me to build an entire gym with no limitations and how I am able to train for each one of my goals. Pro number 4, easy maintenance. Considering I am the one who built the gym equipment, fixing or replacing damaged parts is a very easy task and usually at little to no cost depending on the situation. Pro number 5, fulfills all needs. This is one of my favorite aspects of owning a wooden gym. Any piece of equipment I want is simply a matter of engineering the design and accomplishing the task till the project is complete. Your imagination is your only limitation. Pro number 6, results. I firmly believe a home gym should represent results, and anyone who builds their own equipment must first understand the exact requirements needed for each machine in order to accomplish these results. Building your own equipment also means having a deeper comprehension of how your body will adapt to using the machine under the specificity in which it is designed. Pro number 7, skill building. I found through building my own gym that many of the skills I picked up along the way have transferred over to several other areas of my life. I began building other projects and wasn't afraid to venture into endeavors I previously was unsure about because the insecurities that often come with learning new things. Pro number 8, testicular fortitude.
I traveled 500 miles to give you my seed.
Lumberjack?
In my opinion, there's nothing more alpha than building an entire gym by hand than proceeding to gain size, strength, skill, and wisdom from your own creation, all while sharing this information with the world so others can accomplish the same thing. Alright, so that's my list and the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got some information out of it. If you like what we're doing here, be sure to subscribe, give a big thumbs up. Wish you all a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.